Yo, what is going on guys, Houndish here, and today I wanted to talk about the best weapons you can get for PvP from the Vanguard, Crucible and the factions in the tower. So these are just going to be some of the weapons that stand out. Not all of them have the best PvP perks, but of course you can get these weapons dropped with better perks as well. So really I'm going on raw stats and some of the potential uses of the perks even when they don't seem all that great for PvP, and this is just based on what we can actually get inside of the tower. So hopefully you guys do find this video useful and enjoy it. Let me know down below if you've picked up any awesome weapons or if there's any awesome rolls you've got on any of these weapons too. But for now, you guys enjoy the video. So first we have the deal breaker from the Crucible vendor right here. Pretty decent stats in general for a PvP auto rifle. It does have crowd control, which has kind of got some uses in PvP. Glass half full, which is not a bad bonus in general. Snapshot, speed reload, and braced frame. Braced frame is definitely going to be useful with that fairly low stability that this thing has. But crowd control and glass half full are kind of decent bonuses. So that's a nice auto rifle for PvP. And then we have the Hawk Saw, also from the Crucible vendor. This is a pretty popular pulse rifle right now. It's the lower impact, higher rate of fire style of pulse rifle. It has high caliber rounds, which is nice. Appended magazine to increase the mag size at the cost of slower reload. Secret round, which will fire the 4th burst if any of your burst shots miss. And then it does have snapshot and small bore right there. Small bore with more range and stability is pretty nice. We also have Soros threat evaluation, which highlights enemy players who have a super as well. So for PvP, it's going to be pretty useful. Then we have the Apple of Discord. This comes from the Vanguard vendor. Pretty decent stats again. A nice impact and rate of fire combination right there. Generally kind of punchy pulse rifle. It does have a marksman sight right here as well. So if you're into that longer range pulse rifle style, this is going to be pretty good. Head Seeker, which is a nice PvP bonus. Full auto, which is pretty nice as well in my opinion for pulse rifles if you can get it. Then it has Snapshot, fitted stock for more stability, and hand laid stock for even more stability, which is going to be pretty nice on this because these Hake ones do have a bit of a kick to them. So the stability should be pretty good on this pulse rifle. So that'll be a fairly good pulse rifle in PvP. And then finally for the primary weapons, we've got the Vanity. This one's from the Future War Cult. Pretty good hand cannon, nice stability and impact on this one. Lower range, but that's kind of typical of the hand cannons, how they work now. This one does have Look in the Chamber, which is always a great PvP perk right there to have, as we know. Then we've got Extended Mag, moving the mag up from 8, which is going to be pretty useful. Oiled Frame if you want a quicker reload. You're probably going to want that Extended Mag in general. Firefly, which is cool for PvE content more than anything. And then we have Eye of the Storm, becomes more accurate as your health gets lower, which is going to be pretty good for PvP in general. So this is a pretty nice hand cannon. We've got some decent sights right there as well. So this is probably about the best hand cannon you'll get for PvP, at least from the tower vendors. Now for the special weapons. Some of these perks on these aren't the best for PvP, but these have kind of the best general raw stats and setups. So we're going to look at the Conspiracy Theory D right here. Very low rate of fire, but it does have great impact, decent range stability. Reload is pretty low as well, of course, but with Accurized Ballistics right here, you can get a bit more range and impact out of it. That's probably going to be the best choice over Aggressive Ballistics because you get that range boost as well. So I would go Accurized. Rescue Mag, chance to refill the weapon's magazine when critically wounded. This could be an interesting PvP perk. Not the best, but not the worst. Then we have Lightweight, Oiled Frame, and Disciplinarian. Disciplinarian is useless for PvP. We have Danger Close. This weapon gains increased reload and handling when 2 or more enemies are in close proximity. That could be a pretty interesting perk if you're very aggressive with shotguns. Some of these perks could actually be pretty good for the Crucible right there. And then moving on to 1,000-yard stare. Sorry. This could be the absolute best PvP sniper in the game, at least legendary right now. The perks again on this are not great, so if you get one dropped, look out for some pretty good perks on it. But we have Wild Hawk right there, Long View, and then we have the Final Scope Taxis, which unfortunately we don't have a short gaze on here, but if you do get one dropped, it's going to be pretty nice. Triple Tap, which is not very good for PvP at all. Like I said, look out for better perks on drops. Then we do have Perfect Balance for more stability, Reinforced Barrel right there, and Hannibal. Perfect Balance would probably be my choice. Hannibal is again PvE perk. Now Mulligan is finally kind of a legit perk even in PvP. If you miss a shot, you have a chance to return it to your magazine. This has been increased how often this actually procs, so now it's a kind of legit perk after the 2.0. So look out for this sniper. Mulligan is fairly decent. And then we have Conviction 2. If you are into sidearms in PvP, this is probably about as good as they get from the tower. It does have some decent bonuses. The stats in general are okay for the Crucible right there, but we have Reactive Reload, which is going to be a fairly decent PvP bonus on a weapon like this. Battle Runner, which is pretty good because you're going to be close range, so after getting a kill, you've got that boost to your sprint speed, so that's pretty nice in general. Speed reload, which is good. High caliber rounds, and a pendant magazine if you do want to up that mag size. So they're kind of pretty beneficial for a sidearm in PvP. And then finally, we have the Burden of Proof shotgun from New Monarchy. This is a fairly good shotgun. It's a high rate of fire, decent impact and range for the rate of fire. This is going to be one of those with full auto. You're going to want to kind of be aggressive and use more than one shot to kill. Single point sling, rifle barrel for more range, which is pretty good. I would go with a rifle barrel right there, even over reinforced barrel. And then Underdog. This weapon gains boost to range and handling when health is low, which again, if you're aggressive with shotguns, is going to be a fairly good and interesting perk in PvP. Now, moving on to the heavy weapons, we've got the Objection 4. This is pretty much statistically my favourite machine gun right here. So the stats are pretty good. Then we've got Counterbalance, which is going to be a nice stability perk for PvP. We have Skip Rounds, Injection Mold, and finally we have the Reinforced Barrel. I would go Reinforced Barrel to get more range out of it for Crucible. It's going to be pretty nice. And we have Persistence. The weapon grows more accurate the longer it is fired. So this is probably the absolute best PvP. A pretty good general machine gun right there that you can get from the vendors. But you also do have the Ruin Wake, which has got nice stats again. The range is pretty low on this thing, but it's got nice built-in stability and impact and everything like that. Life Support. Kills with the weapon while critically wounded. Have a chance to regen health. It could be good again if you're pushing a lot of players in the Crucible. Fitted stock for more stability. Injection Mold for increased stability. And then we got Reinforced Barrel, which I would probably go for again just to get that range out of the thing. Stability shouldn't be too bad because you've got Hidden Hand, which gives you better target acquisition. So again, this is a pretty good option as far as machine guns go, so it's worth playing around. And then the absolute best rocket launcher that you can get from any vendor for PvP is the Vertigo from Future War Cult. Pretty decent velocity, blast radius. The rate of fire is low, but that's what you'd expect really. Single point sling and speed reload. Speed reload is probably the best option right there. Grenades and horseshoes, which is of course just an absolutely awesome perk to have on PvP rocket launchers. Very, very powerful and effective. Javelin, which you're pretty much just going to want to get the absolute maximum velocity. They do tether pretty well. And then lightweight right there. So I would go with Javelin on that. And you've got yourself a pretty good rocket launcher for PvP. This is one of the best weapons I think you can get from the vendors at all for PvP. So there you go, guys. That's just some weapons that have kind of caught my eye. Some weapons that I've used a little bit and seem, you know, fairly good in the Crucible. They're definitely worth playing around with. And of course, if you get any of these dropped, look out for the better perks that you can pick up on them, because I've got some of the shotguns and the 1,000-yard stare with absolutely brilliant PvP perks on them. So make sure you're looking out for those. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, drop me a like and comment down below, and hit subscribe if you are new to the channel to see more Destiny content. But for now, you guys take it easy, and I'll catch you very soon. Peace out and goodbye.